also maintain profitability. Who we have today is Marco Torres. He is the founder and owner of marketingboost.com.
Key was we never had a budget for marketing dollars. It was all about, can we test, and test? And as soon as we can figure out how to put $5 in and spit out $10.
Into a standalone business, which became marketingboost.com. And with this marketingboost.com, you'd be surprised.
We thought this is a business all by itself.
Vegas places with Coyal. How are you guys doing out there? I want to thank all my audience, small business owners, entrepreneurs out there in Las Vegas, not only in Las Vegas, but across the world. I want to definitely thank all my listeners out there in Morocco and Germany. I appreciate you guys' support, and I want to thank you guys for tuning in. Also, today what we have is this is a businessman. He's been a businessman since adolescence, actually. He's helped thousands of business owners worldwide boost sales and scale their businesses. He teaches entrepreneurs how to increase sales and marketing through the use of value-add incentives instead of discounts. And believe me, you need to tune in to his solutions he has to generate leads, increase sale figures, and also maintain profitability. Who we have today is Marco Torres. He is the founder and owner of marketingboost.com. Marco, thank you for joining us. How are you doing today, sir?
Hey, it's awesome to be here. Thanks for having me.
It's no problem. You're a great man. We're going to get some wisdom from you today. And I know you're a man of many trades. So what I'm going to do is tackle what I know my audience need most from you. And again, after this session, audience, you guys know all of his links will be in the bio. Now we have Marco Torres, owner of marketingboost.com. Now, Marco, you've been a businessman since 9 years old. I see, since a youngster. Started with the paper route. You had restaurant establishments with your family, and then also nightclubs by 23. One thing I want to start with, I know you're probably a family man yourself. With a lot of aspiring business owners that I know that have kids, that was a good way how your parents involved you. What would be one key thing that you can give us advice to involve children and business owners in their business that they're running? How can they do that to where we can hopefully raise kids that are businessmen like you? What would be a good advice you can give us?
Yeah, good question. I haven't had that one yet. And I do a couple of podcasts a day that I'm on different shows. So that's a good one. Very important if you're a family man, you got kids and you got to bring them and teach them the value of earning money. And really, that's what it's about to me. One of the simplest things you can do is teach children the value of earning money versus handing it to them. Make them, do everything from simple chores and a list on the wall. And if you get the list of things done, this is what you'll receive for it. I remember doing that with one of the things my son used to do to drive me nuts, but I realized it was entrepreneurial. I would tell him, if you clean the pool and do this and do that and break the backyard, I'll give you $30 or whatever it was, $20. And then he would go out and solicit two of his friends to come over, do all the work, pay them $5 each and keep 10. I want you to do all the work,
That's a smart man.
Doing it since like a young kid like I was, I guess. And he would negotiate a higher rate from me. He was a hell of a negotiator. He would negotiate a higher rate, and then sure enough, he'd call somebody to come help him out.
Oh, man, I love it. That's a good story. Now, also, you were involved with telesales in Florida with marketing. Tell me about the development of the marketing internet strategy with bookvip.com. Now, that was amazing. I want to know about that.
Yeah, with Book VIP, we launched, started working on that after the crash of 2008 and got together with some partners of mine and we some guys I had done business with in the past, and we couldn't afford at the time. I mean, 2008 was really rough on a lot of us, and none of us could have afforded to have hired each other. We were all, top dog, high, perceived value individuals, even though we had all lost our jobs and everything else. But we were, we couldn't have hired anybody of our caliber. But so instead, we came together as partners and leveraged each other's skills and focused and conquered. I like to use the word divide and conquer. And so, one of us his main focus was marketing. My focus was sales. The other guy's focus was on the resort development, resort and hotel contract relationships. And the fourth one was about, our financing and budgeting and paying bills and so on and so forth. And together, boom, we started doing that. And we tested, and we were doing every kind of marketing there is to be doing, pay-per-click and Facebook. And eventually we spent over $70 million on Facebook marketing but it was over the last, 10 years on that one site alone. But the key was we never had a budget for marketing dollars. It was all about, can we test? And as soon as we can figure out how to put $5 in and spit out $10, then we start putting more $5 bills in. So it was like, and then it went to, as soon as we can make $100, spit out 200, we're putting in 1,000, and we just keep reinvesting, not paying ourselves for, a hell of a long time, and just keep reinvesting the marketing and pure testing until we had some home runs where we could just, put gas on the fire there.
All right. All right. Now, also with that book, VIP.com, how did you get the reviews and video testimonies? Could you share that with the audience? I read you came up with a very intellectual way to do that. Could you share that with us?
Yeah, that's a really good story, and I'd love to share it. And the key that came about, when we were growing a business, Book VIP, we were growing it fast. We were becoming one of the fastest growing travel companies in North America, and being known for our dramatically discounted travel packages. But early on, when you're growing that fast and we're traveling thousands of people, we had a few hiccups, and we had a few negative reviews that were living on, of course, once they're online, they live there forever. And, Google puts them right up on top. And we were like, man, we need to find a way to control our reputation online. We need to find a way to we wanted to generate video reviews so that we could leverage these happy testimonials from clients at the hotels and resorts. And so we came up with an idea, and to solve the problem we were having and flood our site and all of the review sites with positive reviews, we came up with an idea to survey our clients at the peak of their probability of being happiest. And that was the day after check-in. So they checked into a hotel, and after they checked in, we would send them a text and an email saying, hey, how's the hotel living up to your expectations? How are we doing on a scale of 1 to 5? Would you rate the hotel and rate our service so far? And if they gave us a 4 or 5, we were immediately texting and emailing them back, hey, would you please do us a huge favor and help us spread the word about that hotel you're at and about our service and the price that you got. And if you would do a video review, of the hotel with selfie video from the beaches, from the bar, from the restaurant, from the pool, whatever you like best of the property, give us a video review of the property, brag about the hotel brand and our brand. And if you do that, we're going to reward you with a 3-night complimentary hotel stay on us. And that took off like a rocket. Before we knew it, we had, a few dozen coming in, and then a few hundred. And then, we were leveraging these video testimonials all over our website, all over the, here's happy testimonials and so on and so forth. Now, mind you, if we got it 1, 2, or 3, which was rare, but if we got anybody not happy about something, that's the other lesson you can take from this. The survey at the peak of when your client you expect should be happy with your product, that's when you do that survey. If they're not happy, you need to know about it, because now you can take action to solve that problem as well. And first of all, you're letting them vent with you. So that's going to help them from going instead and venting on somewhere on the internet with a negative review. So they vent with you. You do your best to fix the problem and solve it. But if they're happy, you do that, you solve it. Then if you solved it and they're happy, now you might request a review once you've solved the problem. Correct. But everybody who gave us a 4 and 5, we're asking them for a video review with a reward if they did. And then boom, that took off. Before we knew it, we had, hundreds. Today we have over 30,000 video testimonials from happy travelers from all over the world at these resorts. But that's kind of how, that leads into how Marketing Boost was born, if you want to hear that story.
Oh yeah, we're going to get into that. Actually, I built it up to that, and for all my audience that are listening, definitely, if you know that I'm not the type to just to throw anything to you, and not any guest will be on here, especially services that I wouldn't use myself. Marco's, once you check out his website, and once you do a little more research and see what services he has that fits you in your business, which he has a lot of wisdom. Definitely, we can't fit all this in this session we have. So what I did is took you through his background to let you know where he's come from. Also to build in to let you know what he has right now, which is the marketingboost.com. And that all leads to this. So at the end of the day, what he's just mentioned, that travel incentive converted into a standalone business, which became marketingboost.com. And with this marketingboost.com, you'd be surprised. It is a low cost subscription model. I mean, only $37 a month. Only. Now, if you do ads and you run business, you know where $37 go easily where you don't even know or even account of. So imagine that $37 going to this service. And Marco's going to explain about the services and what you have and you can look towards to.
Cool. Thanks for that intro. So what happened here? So now we had these people, we were giving away these free trips in exchange or for a reward for going through the extra step of giving us a video review versus just a written one. And so now we had all these people started to, raise their hand and say, hey, I want my bonus trip. Where can I go? What's the deal? So now we're having to fulfill those trips with everybody. It was costing us hard dollars to put people up in those complimentary rooms we had promised them. And we're like, well, this is great because we had turned that into thousands of additional sales. We had leveraged those reviews all over the website. But now we're paying for those rooms for the clients when they're ready to travel. And so we said, this is getting expensive. Let's go. So we came up with an idea now to go back to all of our hotel partners and start soliciting each of them saying, hey, we know you got a problem. And we wanted to we know you got a problem. And the problem is hotels are never full year round. They are full for peak season. They're full for holidays. They're full of some of the weekends. They're full. But 70% of the year, they've got at least 30% of their rooms wide open that go unsold. So we talked to a number, about half a dozen of them at the beginning to play with us, to work with us, where we told them, look, we're going to put warm bodies in those rooms if you let us. And they may not be paying, for the room, but they'll be staying, they'll be booking extra nights, they'll be paying for room service, they'll be eating at the restaurants, the bars, the casino, they'll be spending money at the gift shop, they'll be all of the revenue opportunities this hotel or resort had, they would generate some revenue from. So we said, look, you've got the same fixed cost. If the room goes empty, you're still paying front desk staff, lawn care, mortgage payments, electricity. So the only extra cost is the maid service. And so they agreed to give us the access to this unsold inventory. And then we were fulfilling our own trips that we were giving away with those units, right? Then as we kept growing that list, we started out with about 6 hotels. We thought this is a business all by itself. I mean, we could offer these complimentary hotel stays to other business owners. And eventually we launched what became Marketing Boost. But today, here's the win-win-win we created. Today, the hotels win because we help fill rooms that would have otherwise gone empty, which averages, we end up with each of our destinations about 32 to 40 weeks a year of available inventory. Because again, we're filling rooms in off season and weekday stays where, when you get one of these complimentary stays, you're likely not going to be able to stay there Christmas week, New Year's Eve, Easter week, 4th of July. There's going to be obviously some availability that won't be available for that type of season. There's the government taxes do need to be paid. So somebody's going to pay the government taxes. They're always going to have their hand out when that room got rented. They expect to get paid. And so the way it works is you receive a complimentary hotel stay, and either the client or the Marketing Boost member can pay the government taxes. We call that an activation fee. That covers the government taxes and fees. And then the client gets a free hotel stay. They don't get airfare included. They don't get food and beverage included. That's where the hotels are going to make money with people, upgrading or buying additional stuff on the property. And now we offer complimentary hotel stays in over 125 destinations around the world, 3-night stays in places like Las Vegas, Nevada that you like well.
That's right.
We have Orlando, Florida, San Diego, Branson, Missouri, Myrtle Beach, Daytona Beach, Miami Beach, Manhattan. I mean, you name it, 30 destinations in the U.S., 5-night stays in places like Cancun, Mexico, Puerto Vallarta, 4 nights in Cabo San Lucas or Punta Cana, 7-night stays in places like Phuket, Thailand, or Bali. We've got destinations all over Europe, Paris, UK,
Wow.
Spain, Australia. There's about a dozen destinations in Australia. So we've now grown to business owners all over the world using our service with these 125 destinations, complimentary hotel stays
Wow.
that they can use to add value to their calls to action, and so on. We also have hotel savings cards. I hate to hog the microphone, but let me quickly cover.
You got
There's
it.
three types
This
of
show is for
incentives that we
you.
have.
The show is for
Cool.
you,
So we have the
Marcos.
hotel. Yeah, we have hotel savings cards that we offer. These are good at over 1 million hotels all over the world. They come in cash credits from $100, $200, $300, $500. These buy down they work like a gift card, but they don't pay the entire room. They knock off between 10 and 50% off compared to the Expedias of the world. And so those are great incentives that are used for smaller calls to action. And then there's the restaurant savings vouchers that we have as well that are good at over 100,000 businesses and restaurants all over the U.S. and Canada. So those are the three types of incentives that when you join Marketing Boost, you can give away an unlimited amount of any one of the three with whatever it is your call to action is, whatever you're trying to persuade your prospect or client to do. We teach you how to use these incentives to create scarcity and urgency, to take action today. And if you do, we'll include the bonus incentive, in various formats. And I can talk all night about how to do
You're
that.
okay. One thing I wanted to chime in on is what you said, it was real key. I know a lot of Vegas business owners, small business owners, this is something you guys really need to take advantage of, especially with him having our hometown as one of those cities. Now, also, there are small business owners that would love to take advantage of this. And I know some that might like, hey, I can add that on. That would add value to my offer. But what if I don't know how to utilize it? They might have it just sitting up. And you stated that you can help them and train them on how to utilize these accurately, correct?
That's absolutely correct. So we do have, for example, we have a Facebook group that every member who joins Marketing Boost should join. It's almost 28,000 business owners in our Facebook group. And we're dedicated in the group to be constantly training, teaching, providing coaching and examples of how to use these incentives. Our members also often post up their ideas. Hey, I'm putting a campaign together for Valentine's Day is what it looks like. And then people can, other smart marketers will help critique it and point out some things. Hey, before you go live with it, I suggest you change this or change that. You're unclear about how you're presenting this or that. We also have provide an onboarding training call where we'll show you examples of how to integrate, into a sales funnel, for example, how to add the incentives, how to do all the proper disclosures, and so on. So, yeah, we provide a ton of training that's available within the platform.
Right. Now, business owners, aspiring entrepreneurs, if you're listening, this is real key to right now in the days of social media. As you can see, all advertisement, everything is based on social media and content creation. So this is go hand in hand with all that advertising over social media. So one thing that will really stop one either be a businessman or businesswoman for taking that step further on the website, if not knowing or understanding what steps they would take. Could you let them know how easy the process is if they will go to your website and take advantage? What will be a little of the process to get started for them?
Sure. Just go to marketingboost.com, click the button for a free trial. There's a 7-day free trial that's available to everybody. After that, it's $37 a month. There's no long-term commitment. There's no contract. So you can go month to month, or you can save even more money and go pay the annual membership, which saves you about another 20% off of that. And then on top of that, if you do become an annual member, we actually pay commissions for each of these vacations that you give away. When somebody pays when your client pays the activation fee, we pay as much as $15 per certificate that's activated. So from $3 to $15 each, depending upon the destination and the volume of certificates given out. But I've paid, tens of thousands of dollars to the marketers that are giving these out in volume.
Wow.
I had
Wow.
one guy I wrote a check to a couple of months last month for $8,000 in the tax. He was a tax business and does
Right.
people's taxes and offers a bonus trip when they do their taxes with
Look at
him.
that's smart right there. You would have never thought it was a tax guy doing this. Listen to that. That's genius.
Exactly.
That is genius. Now that is all his affiliate program. So when you go to his website, you will see he has a nice affiliate program that is structured. Also, Marco, can you brief a little about the admin podcast perks for your podcast?
Yeah. So as a podcast, those of you that are interviewing me, for example, you're going to get. I can give you a free account just for having interviewed me on the show as a podcaster. And so if you're a podcaster out there, you can reach out to me, and if I interview, you interview me on your show, you get a free account. So
Right.
for a year. So it's a value there to you. The marketing boost, anybody else out there, there's also another key thing you can do, a special offer for everybody listening to this show. You can go to marketingboost.com/podcast, and you will get 30 days of marketing boost for $1.
$1.
So marketing boost
Wow.
for $1. Check it out for 30 days. And after that, and then what you want to do, by the way, I recommend you give yourself a trip immediately. You can as a member, you can test out one of the vacations. Obviously, you can give your clients as one a year. But for yourself, I'd recommend you go to Cancun. Give yourself the Cancun trip. Right now, we brought on some amazing resorts in Cancun, Mexico. They are the brand is called the Fives on the beach.
Okay.
It's a AAA 4-diamond family of resorts in Playa del Carmen, Puerto Morales, and downtown Playa del Carmen. They're triple A again, 4-diamond, 15 restaurants and bars at the resort.
Wow.
It's an amazing experience, and you got to get your own way there with airfare, and
That's right.
you have to pay those taxes I mentioned. But
Yes,
you're saving. It's about a $1,500 value, and you're getting it for next to nothing.
Can't beat that savings. That's something to take advantage of. Take that trip, rest, come back, and get back to business. We all need a break, especially with everything coming back to full force. A break is well needed for everyone. Marcos, before we get out, could you let everyone know your social media handles? Also, if they want to, follow you on Instagram or just Facebook, how can they contact you?
Sure. Well, before I do that, let me just also point out right now there's never been a better time to be an entrepreneur in my mind, but there's never been a better time to be promoting using the marketing boost incentives. Right now, travel is back. It's booming. Here's what I called in my mind. I call it revenge travel. People are sick and tired of being locked down. They are ready to go this spring, this summer. They're willing to do whatever it takes, to get somewhere and do something, get out of the house. So now is a great time to be promoting these things because it's going to add value to your offers. It's going to boost people up. There's no timeshare presentations or any weird shit like that in these programs.
Right. Right. Appreciate that. Thank you for getting that out.
But yeah,
you're okay.
They're super easy to use. Now to find me, again, I'm available on Facebook. You can look for, Marco Torres. You can look for Marketing Boost Official Group. We've got that incredible Facebook group. I don't even have an Instagram account personally. I'm going to have to build one here soon. So Find me on Facebook or my YouTube channel. Again, search for Marco Torres Marketing Boost, and you'll find me.
Yes, sir. Definitely go to marketingboost.com. Definitely, I'm going to continue doing my thing on it. I have it open right now as we're doing the show. To be honest with you, you get caught up in it once you go there, especially if you're a business owner. If you're a real business owner, you're going to see the value in Marco Torres, marketingboost.com. You will. Now, Marcos, we're going to get into a little personal this or that. Let the audience know who you are. And with this or that, I give you a preference or either two items, which are trendy items, and you just let me know your preference. And then after this or that, we'll get into how very, very Vegas you are. And that's just a trivia question about Vegas. Not a right or wrong answer. It's just to educate about the history of Las Vegas. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So the first this or that for Marco Torres, we're going to see. I maybe thought you like muscle cars. So I was like, in the case of a muscle car, are you a Chevy or a Ford guy when it comes to old school muscle cars?
Chevy.
That's my guy. All right. Ding, ding. That's what I'm talking about. All right. Now, this next one is for Easter that's coming up, and we're thinking about Easter dinner. Are you more of a turkey or a ham guy?
Turkey.
Turkey? Okay. I
Oh,
know that turkey better be cooked right, though. Has to be
yeah.
cooked right, not dry.
Well,
Yes.
I know how to cook a good turkey. So yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right. Now, this one I know this is definitely your alley. Now, for the best cigars per region, this is per region. Would you say it come from Cuba or the Holy Trinity?
Well, the Cubans used to be phenomenal. Now I would say they're not the, at least the ones that I can get my hands on anymore. Don't live up to the expectations that I used to have on
Okay.
them. So I would say your Holy Trinity's got to be the answer.
Yes, sir, y'all. That's it. All right. Good one. Good one. Now, on Very, Very Vegas, we're going to see how very, very Vegas you are. Don't start sweating. Take it easy on you. And I'm sure you'll probably get this one. All right. So, this one to see how very, very Vegas you are, Marco. This question is the strip is technically not in Las Vegas, it is in an unincorporated part of Clark County called.
I know. I used to know this. And I Google.
Oh, cheating! You're cheating.
I
And
forget, man.
and it's right there. I know if when we say you're gonna be like, oh yes.
Yeah,
All right, I give it to you. Paradise. You know, it's the city of Paradise. So it
Paradise.
is in an unincorporated part of Clark County called Paradise.
Paradise.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Marcos, man, you've been a pleasure. Again, let my audience know the social media handle and the website where they can get and take advantage of the boost, marketing boost, sir.
You bet. Find me at marketingboost.com/podcast if you want to get 30 days for $1. Marketingboost.com, or search for me at Facebook group, Marketing Boost, for our 28,000 member Facebook group.
Yes, sir. And if you want to hear from me, this is Coyal. I'll be joining myself. A lot of you guys are are my colleague business owners, and you know what I always preach: get the annual, so you won't have to worry about it. Never go month to month. If you can do annual, always do annual with everything. You get a savings, and on top of that, it's just you don't have to worry about it. You look at things yearly instead of monthly because there's other problems that you have to worry about monthly. So knock it out if you can annually. Marcos, I appreciate you coming in. I want to thank you, sir.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, there's no problem. No problem. Audience, I want to thank you guys for joining us. I know you could have been anywhere. You chose to be here with us. And again, I have marketingboost.com, owner Marco Torres, all of his social media links, and the website will be in the show links. So if you need to follow him or you need to go ahead and go to the marketingboost.com, all of the links are in the show bio. Okay. Again, thank you. Good night, Marcos. I want to thank you again, and I will talk to you later, sir.
Very well. Thank you.
All right.